Hi, I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. As you can see, I'm not in my own kitchen, but even on holiday, I managed to work my way into a kitchen somewhere. This one is in Yorkshire, England. We're taking a trip through the beautiful Yorkshire Dales. Dales are valleys, which would be called glens in Scotland, and they are simply magnificent. Everything from beautiful fields with sheep and a few cows to impressive cliffs with sheer rock faces. All sorts of lovely little country roads out of the way to a tiny little place called Katie's Cuppas. Who would believe it? In the heart of the Yorkshire Dales, a tea room run by a 15-year-old girl. And how do you pay? There's an honesty box inside. It's brilliant. An electric kettle. You boil your own water and make coffee or tea. And there's homemade cakes made by the young Miss Katie. And they're all delicious because we sampled them all. Another highlight was our trip to the Black Sheep Brewery, where we enjoyed another wonderful lunch. The sandwich that I enjoyed was called the BBC, made of brie, bacon, and cranberry. It was a great combination and one that I plan to make at home. To be honest, there probably isn't a kitchen gadget around that I really need anymore, but I can never resist a kitchen shop. So here I am in Bedale, checking out their kitchen store. Tonight, Rick and I are having dinner at the Black Horse Inn, which is right across the street from my cousin's house. I can't believe that people still think of English food as the stuff that they got after the war, when people were so used to cooking with nothing and there really wasn't much available to cook with. We had a marvelous steak dinner with all the trimmings, steak perfectly cooked, and for dessert, we had what they call an assiette being a large serving plate with a variety of desserts, just enough for a spoonful or two of each for both Rick and I. Simply delicious. But the highlight of our visit to Bedale is to visit Coburns Butcher. Butcher doesn't begin to describe this store. They call themselves purveyors of fine Yorkshire foods, and they certainly are. From basic meats and not so basic meats, they have incredible aged beef, to homemade pies, pork pies, all sorts of pies with apples, with cranberries, with mustard, sausages with everything from caramelized onion to honey and mustard to black pudding to Italian sausage with tomato and basil or mozzarella. It's just an amazing stop. And we've been invited in to see something that you would never expect to be invited in to see. There's an old saying that two things you never want to see made are sausages and laws. So here we are in Bedale's famous Coburns Butcher. And this is Mark Coburn, half of the team of brothers of Jonathan and Mark Coburn who run this amazing establishment. So how long has the store been here, Mark?
The shop opened in 1960 by my father, and so we've been going ever since. So it's 54 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet when it opened you didn't have all this stuff.
The shop was completely different then.
Right,
yes,
right.
It was probably only half the size.
Right.
We've extended through the back here, put the delicatessen area on the back here, and obviously extended the ranges.
It's amazing. What about these pies? Now, I've had the pork and cranberry and pork and apple for lunch, so I can testify that it's amazing.
Good. Well, we do quite a number of different types of pork pies. We do a pork and apple, pork pickle and cheese, pork and red onion, pheasant pork and ham, pork and chorizo, what else? There's sausage and bean there. And obviously we do a steak pie, steak and gravy, steak and kidney, chicken and mushroom, and all those sort of things. And those are absolutely amazing.
They are. Had one of those too.
Those are sausage and bacon wrapped with Dijon mustard.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you've got a range of quiche.
Quiches, yes. Egg and bacon, cheese and onion, goat's cheese and pepper, homemade Scotch eggs, freshly baked every morning. So
Incredible. Someone has to come in very early.
they certainly do, yes. I'm glad it's not me. Lamb, we have obviously chopped steaks, shanks, roasting joints, anything that people would like. We have local grouse there. Shot on a local moor near Paisley Bridge called Grimmoth Moor. Rosé veal scallops, keeping it British of course. Obviously local beef bought out of the Northallerton market. And then obviously we're coming on to one or two made up products. Beef burgers, minty lamb burgers, beef burger and chorizo, beef burger and caramelised onion.
We had the beef burger with caramelized onion and mozzarella the other night, and I always thought I was a purist about hamburgers. I didn't want anything in my hamburger until I tasted those.
They're excellent, aren't
They are brilliant.
They're a nice 8-ounce burger, so they are actually a meal within themselves.
Oh yeah.
And then coming on to, we've got osso bucco there, shin of beef on the bone. And then obviously we make up homemade pies on the premises for people to take home themselves and cook themselves. From lasagna, cottage pies, steak and mushroom pie. Just nice firm favourites for midweek cooking for the family.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we come on to all the marinated meats, which they all used to sell great through the summer, but now people have got onto them and really enjoy them 52 weeks of the year, so
yeah.
We carry on doing those all through the winter as well. And then also now we're coming on to the sausage. We do probably up to 12 different varieties of sausage. Obviously we standard plain pork, thick or thin, and then we also do one or two other flavours: pork, honey and mustard, pork with caramelised onion, wild boar and pear for a slightly more gamier flavour, pork apple and black pudding, Cumberland, pork and leek, obviously, and then we mix and match one or two other different varieties as to what the weather's like, whether or not we go through it into the winter. We start doing a venison sausage with pork and cranberry, just to have more of a winter feel to it. Yes.
I've been eating the caramelized onion for a very long time.
You have, yes.
Yes, they used to be imported up to Scotland by certain relatives.
That's right, yes. And then obviously bacon, dry cured bacon, obviously so that we don't have the water content in there, obviously smoked and then plain as well. And then just one or two other different game products as well that we're doing. Obviously we've started now, we've got the grouse in, as I mentioned earlier. We've started with partridge and mallard ducks. They're in season now. Another month's time we'll be going on to pheasants, they'll be in season. And at the moment we're sort of like we're picking up from the estates, the different estates that we around the area, anything between 1,500 and 2,000 birds a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so
wow.
We process so many of those, and any excess that we don't, we sell on to other dealers and whatnot. So we sell to butchers and restaurants as well as to through the retail shop.
I did want to talk about that. Okay. Now I understand this beef on the bottom shelf is very special.
Yes, here what we do is we age some of the beef in here for display purposes. What we do is we have pink Himalayan rock salt in there, which draws the air out of the moisture out of the air, so as to getting a very, very dry outside to the beef, so that you can hang it for quite some time longer. Where with this we can get aged beef up to 8 weeks, and depending on how people like it, now some people like it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, some like it up to 8 weeks old. We can do it whatever people want. So if somebody comes in, they can say, I like the look of that one, can I have some steaks off that? We just bone it out and put steaks off for them.
All right.
Hi there, this is Wayne. He makes all the sausage at Coburns, and I'm sure now he's going to go down and show you how to make it.
Well, which one do we want to do? The Italian or tomato basil and...
Yeah, tomato and basil. Or
Right.
we can do the Italian pesto on there, which we've done. We make all the pesto ourselves.
Right. Right, so now we're going to see exactly what goes into sausage. And you're going to be pleased with this.
Right, what we're going to do is an Italian style sausage with a homemade pesto, basil, oregano, lemon juice, white wine, a little bit of oil, salt and pepper. We start off here with pork shoulder. It's about 80% lean to 20% fat. Once that's gone through the mincing process, we end up with the mince just like that. Once we've got that, we put it back into the mixer and we mix all the ingredients. We have a small bag of seasoning that we want to rusk in there just to bind the sausage, but it's the bare minimum you want really in a sausage. A lot of people put a lot more rusk in. So we can start that next. We can start that mixing and we just add a little water if necessary, but with the pesto that we're using it's quite wet, so you don't need a lot of water with it. You usually need only about 30-40 seconds to blend. If you leave it any longer you can make the sausage too firm, it becomes a bit rubbery. So I think that should just about do that. So we can mince the first bit through. And that's our Italian sausage meat there.
Gorgeous.
And now
it smells wonderful.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Yes.
We're doing something right so far. So yeah, down to the next process now. We're
Right.
going to go and fill it out into natural hog skins. A hydraulic sausage filler. We have a knee pedal operated down below, which pushes the sausage meat through. So we just need to get that level to the top. If we get the lid closed now.
Sure.
What we have here is natural hog casings, which we soak for 24 hours before just to loosen them up. So they can slide straight on just like that. And then with the knee operated pedal, we're just slowly pressing down with keep a grip on the sausage skin. Otherwise, that determines how thick your sausage is going to be with the grip you have on the spool. So if you keep that. And there we have one length of Italian sausage made. And
Brilliant.
the tying bit. That's
Yes.
where we find it more interesting. I don't know if you'd like to have a go or anything, or would it just a demonstration
that might
would be?
be a little dangerous. It might be a little dangerous.
What we do is find the length of the sausage you'd like.
Right.
We make 3 indentations, and then we have a loop through the sausage. So you start off with your loop like that.
Okay.
And then we go over the top, back through, find the length that you want. And then we just-
Elegant. That is
So,
very
go like that.
elegant.
Then once you've done a few years of sausage making,
It looks easy.
it can be very easy.
And how long did it take you to become so adept at this?
Well, I've been doing it about 10 years now. There we are.
Amazing.
One perfect length of sausage.
And that's going to be dinner tonight at our
That's
house.
going to be dinner, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll have to try these and report back on what you think of them.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to be great. Oh, definitely. Okay.
He's been going very slow for the camera, now he's going to do it back up to full production speed.
All right, I catch this. So obviously you can't make 12 different kinds of sausages every day.
No, we make sausages 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Obviously on a Friday we do more different varieties because obviously it's busier at the weekend. So that's how we obviously do the basics on a Monday stroke Wednesday, and then Friday we do quite a number of other different varieties. So that's how we get up to the 12 different varieties.
Amazing. Amazing. I have never, ever seen that many different kinds of sausages. Mark, thank you so much for allowing us in.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure at any time.
Thank you. And I can't wait to bring these home and cook them tonight.
Absolutely, yes.
And I
Good.
may have to grab a couple of other things out front before we leave.
Okay.
And thank you,
No problem at all.
Master Sausage Maker.
Thank you.
Now that we have our sausage in hand, we're going back to Mary's house to prepare it and enjoy it for dinner. So here are our beautiful fresh sausages, all ready to be cooked for our dinner. I'm just going to reach in here. And I've got these on a fairly low flame, and what I'm going to do is add a little white wine. And what I'm going to do essentially is poach these until they're cooked. And then I will raise the heat and let them brown. I'm going to cover them and let them cook. Now while those are cooking, I'm going to make the accompaniment to go with these. And I've got here 3 medium onions sliced, about 1/4 of an inch thick. And I'm going to add these to my pan with some extra virgin olive oil. Just throw these in here over a medium heat. I'm going to let these cook for just a little while. What I want to do is lightly caramelize them. These are going to go in. And they will be covered. And I'll let these cook for about 5 minutes until they start to soften. Now that the onions have started to soften, I'm going to add my potatoes, which I've sliced again about 1/4 inch thick. And just distribute them fairly evenly over the onions. Now that I've added all the potatoes, I'm going to just toss these with the onions. The potatoes need to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're cooked through. All right, our potatoes have been cooking for a few more minutes. And what I'm going to do now is add some salt. And some freshly ground pepper. And I have a sliced red pepper and green pepper. The colors of the Italian flag, red, white, and green. Just give this another toss. And we're going to let this continue cooking for about another 10-12 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'll check on my sausage, which is cooking right here. The wine is cooked down. So I'll start turning my sausages to get them a nice golden brown. Poaching them in wine to begin with. The poaching ensures that they're fully cooked. And these look beautiful. Plump, fresh pork sausages. Once all the ingredients have been added, give them a toss every few minutes, just to make sure everything is cooking evenly. Potatoes, peppers, and onions and sausages cooked to perfection and ready to serve. A delicious meal provided by Coburn's brilliant sausages. With many thanks to all of the wonderful people at Coburns Butchers, Mark and Jonathan Coburn, Wayne Pearson, our master sausage maker, and Fred Healy. Thank you all. Please visit my website at bettyskitchenfare.com.